How are we doing, guys? LUFC, the Championship Roundup is back. It's been a while since we've done this, but let's get on with it. It's been a fantastic day, night, whatever you want to call it, for results, and we have seen a change at the top of the Championship, as you will already know. And there's only one place to start. Cardiff 2, West Brom 1. The change of leadership at the top, which leaves West Brom now only 2 points clear of Nottingham Forest. And it's getting really, really tight at the top end of the table, with West Brom and Forest to play each other in a couple of weeks' time. Really, really tight at the top end of the table now in this fight for promotion. So Cardiff went ahead within a minute of the second half starting through Callum Patterson. Charlie Austin equalised with a penalty. And then Lee Tomlin, a player who can produce moments, wins it with 14 minutes of the game left. Cardiff 2, West Brom 1, which leaves Cardiff just 5 points off the playoffs, which is quite remarkable considering how inconsistent Cardiff have been over the last couple of weeks since they drew 3-3 with us. They hadn't really picked up any real good results at all. So interesting, they're still so close to the top 6. Premier League team last season, Cardiff, of course. But Slaven Bilic sums it up really, his feelings on it. It's simply not good enough at the moment, is what he said. Talking about his players need to look at each other, and they're not happy at the moment. West Brom, 4 points from the last 7, and you look at Slaven Bilic and you can tell he's not the type of manager who accepts runs of form like this, no matter where they are on the table. But looking at the stats of the game in general, it looks a little bit unfair on West Brom to have not got anything from this game. Dominated possession, plenty of shots. I think Cardiff very well organised defensively, and it showed tonight. Neil Harris praising the character of the Cardiff team. So yeah, big result at the top end of the table. One way you look at West Brom at the moment, and you're thinking they are really struggling, in every kind of sense. I think the goals which have built their main success on this season have dried up a little bit. They only scored today through a penalty, a couple of games without a goal as well. So interesting, really, West Brom with. Is it a case of Mateus Pereira being a little bit out of form, Dean Garner being in and out of the team, Matt Phillips being a little bit out of form? Is it a case of just that, or is it a bigger problem for West Brom? Difficult to say so far. It's only 4 points out of 7, which is very poor. No matter where you are in the league, it's a poor run of form. But yeah, I wouldn't get too carried away just yet. There's still 2 points clear, but that gap has significantly reduced, and of course we took advantage of it today as well. So to go on to, I've just already talked about them, but a big game at the top end of the table today. Brentford 0, Nottingham Forest 1. So just looking at this one, Joe Lolly getting the winner early on in the game. Again, a game where it looked like Brentford had a lot of the ball, a lot of possession, plenty of shots on goal, but Forest defensively, absolutely fantastic. Thomas Frank alluded to this. You have to praise Forest defensively. They are very resilient. They're a team that don't play fantastic football. They'll admit it themselves. They don't play fantastic football. They've got a top keeper in there, in Bryce Samba, who's keeping plenty of clean sheets, plenty of solid saves at important times of games. And yeah, I think defensively they are one of the best teams in the league, probably one of the form teams in the league. And it's a big win for Forest. They picked up some big results. They've already won at Fulham. They always took a point at our place. Just looking at the top of the table, general results picked up, obviously winning at Brentford. And yeah, they picked up some really big results this season in the big games. So you have to give them great praise. And defensively, very resilient, as I've already said. They've really restricted Brentford well. And that's a big win for Forest, and a big change at the top end of the table. Obviously Brentford dropping now 6 points off second, where Brentford previously I saw was probably our biggest challenges for that top 2 space. All of a sudden Forest have picked up some really good results recently, and have built a little bit of momentum. I think it's 4 wins out of 5 for Forest, a couple of games unbeaten, only 2 points off the top 2 now, and it's all in their hands. It's got us to play at home, West Brom to play away. So they're a team to watch out for. Look at Joe Lolly, look at Lewis Grabban as match winners. Joe Lolly proves to be that today. So that is one way you look at and think, Forest, you know what? You've got to give them great credit. They know how to win football matches, particularly the big games, and that's what makes the difference at the end of the season. Does it sound familiar? Sheffield United, I'm thinking of. Maybe they don't play the most eye-catching football in the world. They don't play fantastic possession-based football. They're very much a team who plays the percentages, the positions of maximum opportunity as such. Maybe it's not the most glorious football to watch, but they do get the job done, and they pick up some very good results, particularly away from home this season, when, as I've already said, picked up some great results there. So yeah, they're really well placed at the minute, probably the form team at the top end of the table. Fulham didn't place today. They remain 4 points off second, but again, Fulham will be fancying those chances as well. Creeping into the playoffs is Bristol City. They picked up a win at Reading, so that's a good win that at Reading. Reading Since Mark Bowman took over, been very good at home. You know, obviously the game was a very, very tough game at the Majeski about 2 months ago. I think it was exactly 2 months ago. Jamie Patterson getting the winner in this. But yeah, I think Lee Johnson's alluded to it being a team performance. This one, you know, no real outstanding individual displays. But yeah, I think defensively, Bristol City are a very resilient team. You know, they've managed to keep hold of Callas. I think Callas was the crucial player to keep hold of. Obviously, Adam Webster was a big loss for Bristol City, but they kept a lot of that defence together. I think Daniel Bentley's done well at Bristol City. You know, Brentford weren't particularly enthusiastic about Daniel Bentley, but he's proved to be a good signing really. You know, he's kept a lot of clean sheets, he's kept them in games, and Bristol City are actually bottom, I believe, of the expected goals chart. You know, they don't create tons of chances. But I think in Eliasson, got a top player there. And yeah, I think sometimes stats can be misleading. I think Bristol City are a very well drilled team. I think since we played them on the first day of the season, they've massively improved as the season's gone on. But this game, again, pretty even really. Yeah, I think both managers kind of acknowledge that in a sense, that it was a tight game, Mark Bowen says. So yeah, I think it's a big win for Bristol City. Again, Bristol City all of a sudden are only 6 points themselves off the top 2. It's so tight at that top end of the table. You know, any team that can put together 2 or 3 games, like Nottingham Forest have, Forest will probably not acknowledge as a top 2 contender until probably as recent as probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. All of a sudden they're a massive top 2 contender because they put a run of form together, and that's what it's going to be about this season. Momentum is everything. We saw it with Sheffield United last season, we saw it with Norwich. Momentum, it's not always about being the best team, it's been about the team that can be consistently just about do enough to win games, and that's the top and bottom of it really. Next team to look at is, let's have a little look here, just moving down the table as we move down. Blackburn. Blackburn again, they're another team that's built up a bit of momentum. They are quite a bit off the playoffs, 4 points off the playoffs. A lot of traffic ahead of them, Preston, Swansea, Millwall, but they're picking up results. 2 on Wednesday against QPR. Again, a game you probably do need to win if you want to make that late push for the playoffs. QPR, of course, just having Nahki Wells recalled to Burnley. You know, of course, that's not so handy for them, is it, at the end of the day? You'll probably see what I've done there. Again, get over that anyway, that's an old joke. But yeah, obviously it's a disappointing one for QPR. Yeah, they've been very inconsistent all season. You know, occasionally picked up some really good results again, beating us. Some good results against the top teams in this league. But dropping points against teams like Blackburn, mid-table teams so far this season, they've dropped too many points against them. But full credit to Blackburn. Without Bradley Dack, somehow they seem to have improved, and you have to give credit to them for that. They've found a way around that problem. Adam Armstrong's massively stepped up. He got a goal today. Lenihan at the back again, massively underrated defender, got a goal as well. And John Hugel, who's probably going to be Nahki Wells' main replacement, has done a really good job as well. He's got himself another goal, and yeah, he's a more than competent striker at this level. So good game it looked like. Plenty of chances both teams. 21 shots in the game. QPR dominating possession. Again, it just looks like Blackburn very efficient. 43% of the ball, but 6 shots on target. You know, at half of their shots on target, you know, plenty of efficiency in the box and that lot, which is what you need at this level and what you expect of Blackburn with the attacking players they do have, as I mentioned, Adam Armstrong. So just moving down the table to Sheffield Wednesday. 5 defeats in 6 now for Sheffield Wednesday, and Gary Monk very, very critical after this game, saying that some players don't deserve to be at the football club. You know, because I think Sheffield Wednesday, it's been interesting really last couple of years, obviously since Carlos Carvalhal was at the club, when they were very close to getting to the Premier League. They made some big investments, you know, big risky investments with strikers arriving on huge wages that they haven't been able to get rid of, and only really Stephen Fletcher justifying the value. You know, there's been I think 3 or 4 strikers coming to the football club and not been able to justify the value. Another goal for Jacob Murphy, but this will be a disappointing one for Sheffield Wednesday. This will be a really, really disappointing one. They lost last time out, 5-0 to Blackburn, but down to 10 men for 80 minutes of the game. Probably weren't that concerned considering they lost 5-0, but after this, you look at it and think that is a big concern for them. They had a big chance at the end of the game to equalise. David Marshall made a good save. But yeah, it's one way you look at it and think, yeah, this is a thoroughly deserved win for Wigan. You know, I think Paul Cook has said it. It was a top performance from them. Gary Monk's been very critical, and yeah, you've seen Wednesday very much being dominated in the game. Yeah, not been able to really do anything possession wise, and yeah, it's been a really difficult one for them. But a last minute winner for Wigan off Jamal Lowe. Again, Jamal Lowe, a player linked with us, but Wigan themselves are still 4 points off safety, and we play him, of course, at the weekend. Again, we've still got bad memories about, but you know, it's an important win for Wigan. bit of a confidence boost. Their home form is something they've been very much built on over the last sort of 18 months. And yeah, it's a big win for them. And they thoroughly deserved one. And yeah, Paul Cook very much believes this Wigan team has to fight to stay up. So next to look at is, just moving up the table, is Hull 1, Huddersfield 2. You know, Hull, inconsistent team. You know, they've managed to keep hold of Jared Brom for now, Kamil Grzycki. You expect more from Hull, 13th in the table with those attacking players. Yes, the rest of the team might be a bit inexperienced, maybe not have the same level of quality as those two players I mentioned, but there's still people like Jackson Irvine in there. You know, good players, Henriksen, you know, players who are good players really. And yeah, you probably do expect more from Hull. Last minute winner, and I mean last minute winner off Huddersfield through Steve Mounier. And it's an important win for them as well. Colin Grant got another goal himself. 13th goal of the season for Colin Grant. Again, had a little bit of a goal drought, but has been probably Huddersfield's best player this season by quite a distance. And yeah, it's a big win for them. In terms of the stats of the game, again, you know, Hull have had plenty of shots, but again, that quality just been missing a little bit. You know, Jared Bowen's had a slight drop in form. All of a sudden, Hull lack goals. You know, without Jared Bowen, without Kamil Grzycki creating, all of a sudden you see that. But I think this was very much a mid-table clash. I think Huddersfield have got enough to stay up. I think Danny Cowley has made a good impact there. They are now 6 points above the relegation zone in 19th place. You know, of course, there's still a long way to go, but they are going in one direction. They are moving out of that relegation zone, considering where they were before the Cowleys took over. So I think it's very much a mid-table clash that, and probably will remain a mid-table clash. I can't see either team considerably moving up the table. So next to look at is moving our way down. Luton 3, Derby 2. So Wayne Rooney got his first goal for Derby in this game, for 10-man Derby, who had Max Lowe at left back sent off late on in the game. But yeah, a really good game this. In the second half, in the last 25 minutes more specifically, we saw 5 goals. Wayne Rooney opened the scoring, and Panzu equalised, and then Daniels put Luton into the lead. Chris Martin getting an equaliser, and then seconds later, Jaden Bogle with an own goal for Luton to win the game. And crucial win for Luton, who are at the bottom end of the table, still 6 points adrift from safety. But that is a game where you look at and think they had to win that. They had to win that game with other teams winning behind them, above them, winning games. They had to win that, and it's a massive win for Luton. That I don't think with Luton this season, their results have always been a fair reflection of the performances. I think the performances have been a lot better than the results. I think the expected goal table does reflect that. I think Luton are kind of sort of 15th or 16th in that table. I might be wrong on that. That's just off the top of my head. But Philip Cocu's talking about the mindset of the team. Just looking at this here, you know, he's talking about the mindset, and he's really happy. Because Derby were starting to build a little bit of momentum since Wayne Rooney not took the job as such, but got involved in the football club, on the playing side of things. Obviously he's got himself a goal. I think he has played pretty well, to be fair, since he's arrived. But yeah, this was quite an unexpected result in terms of Luton only had 8 shots, 3 of them went in. Derby looks to have dominated a lot of the play, but crucial mistakes at the back for Derby means a crucial win for Luton that still keeps them with a chance of staying up. I think if they hadn't won that game, it would have been 8 points. 8 points with just over 3 months to go would have been a long way to come back from. But now, they can put pressure on the other teams. They've still got other teams to play. They've still got Barnsley to play, Wigan to play, Charlton to play. All teams that can take points off now between now and the end of the season to win crucial points back now, because that's what they've got to do. They've got to really make the ground up on those teams at the bottom end of the table. Certainly with Stoke and Huddersfield looking likely to have sort of pulled themselves out of the danger zone. So next to look at is, have we got any more to look at? Good question. Have we got any more to look at? I think, yeah, that is just about it. Not as many games today. That has caught me slightly by surprise. But yeah, just moved away from the top to the bottom of the table. Big change at the top. It's still so tight up there, and it's only got tighter today with West Brom losing. Luckily, we've managed to get ourselves a win, which puts us now 4 points clear of third. But it's still so close, because between first and 6th is 8 points now. 8 points at this stage of the season. Really tight. Really tight, guys, as you guys will know. We're going to wrap it up there. That has been the Championship Roundup. The next set of games is on Friday, and we've got a full complement of fixtures this weekend coming up, guys. So I'm going to leave it there. I've been Oscar Marriot, and make sure you check out Joe and Conor and myself. Have all done match reviews of Leeds 3, Millwall 2. But guys, I'm going to leave it there. that's been the Championship Roundup. See you later, guys.